Welcome to Mind Window. Have you ever wondered why so many of us choose to miss out on love rather than taking the leap and confessing our feelings? Today, we're diving deep into the hidden corners of our minds, exploring those unspoken fears and reasons that keep us silent. Stick around because we're peeling back the layers of this fascinating human dilemma, and there are plenty of surprising insights waiting for you throughout this video. Years later, old college friends reconnected.
Over a few drinks, one might casually confess, back in our freshman year, remember how I'd always find an excuse to ask you about class after lectures? Everyone would laugh, waiting for her to blush, but she'd calmly reply, well, did you ever wonder why I always stayed put in my seat instead of heading out to hang out? The most bittersweet truth in life isn't just liking someone who doesn't like you back. It's realizing that you both secretly harbored feelings for each other, but no one dared to speak up. And by the time you realized, it was simply too late.
So why do we hold back from confessing? Actually, this video is inspired by a little teaser I dropped on TikTok. It was like an unofficial survey asking you all why you or someone you know hesitated to make the first move. And honestly, the reasons are incredibly diverse. Each person carries their own unique story. Let's explore some of the reasons I've gathered. 1. Hesitation often stems from the fear of being judged, deeply influenced by societal expectations. One person shared, I thought about making the first move, but then I figured if he really had feelings for me, he would have done it ages ago. Why would he leave me waiting? There's this common belief, isn't there, that if a guy isn't proactive, it means he's just not interested. So back then, his silence felt like an answer, right? It's true. We often hear this, especially when traditional gender roles are strong. Women are often expected to be passive, while men are seen as the ones who initiate and take charge in relationships. Historically, women who were assertive in love were sometimes looked down upon, labeled as desperate or too forward. Girls might also shy away from confessing first because they believe men prefer the thrill of the chase. If you make yourself too available, you might be perceived as easy. Consequently, confessing feelings has become almost implicitly reserved for men. This makes many women hesitant to voice their emotions. No matter how much they like someone, they often choose to wait passively. Instead of expressing their feelings, they sometimes opt for a proud, unrequited love, almost as a way to preserve their image. 2. The second reason for not making the first move could simply be the fear of rejection. Someone once told me, I'd never confess first. What if I get rejected? That would be totally humiliating. The fear of rejection is one of our most ancient and primal psychological responses. Evolutionary psychologists believe this fear originated from our hunter-gatherer days, when living in groups was essential for survival. Being ostracized was practically a death sentence, as individual survival was almost impossible. Deep within each of us lies an innate desire to belong. Much of our fear of rejection can be traced back to past hurts and traumas. According to psychologist John Bowlby, childhood experiences profoundly impact this fear. Specifically, individuals who were emotionally rejected by loved ones during childhood often grow up with a deep-seated fear of rejection, whether it's in relationships, job applications, or even just facing failure. They constantly seek validation and acceptance, becoming incredibly sensitive to any sign that they might be rejected. 3. A third reason might come from catastrophizing, over-dramatizing, harboring suspicion about the other person, and imagining the absolute worst-case scenarios. For instance, you might not make a move because you fear being used. You think, what if they don't really love me, but just agree to be with me to take advantage of me or play with my feelings? According to health expert Michelle P. Maidenberg, people tend to focus on the negative because they've genuinely experienced bad things in the past. catastrophic thinking becomes a coping mechanism for past pain, altering their worldview and making them believe the world is full of terrible things, that no one can be trusted, and that taking a chance will only lead to further hurt. 4. Finally, another significant reason is insecurity. You might feel insecure about many things: your financial situation, appearance, education, or career. The truth is, everyone, regardless of gender, has certain insecurities about different aspects of their lives. When we see others thriving, we start comparing ourselves. This is known as upward social comparison. Dr. S. Rebecca Thurman explains, social comparison is the process of evaluating oneself against someone you perceive as superior. Negatively, we can easily fall into the trap of positional bias, where we tend to compare ourselves only to those above us, ignoring those below, leading to negativity, fear, and a reluctance to actively express our feelings. I once saw a TikTok video where some guys shared a deeply honest moment. Today, I lied to her, saying I had family matters and couldn't go out, when really, I just had no money. While we might think it only takes about 3 seconds to send a caring text, imagine what that person went through the entire day. Everyone has their own stories, their own struggles. Financial stability and career are two of the biggest pressures men face in life right now. It's truly a sensitive issue, weighing heavily on their shoulders. They might feel inadequate, but perhaps they're also striving to build a happy life for the woman they love. And for women, when it feels like everyone else is dating someone financially well off, how can you not feel a little self-conscious? But that's not a valid reason to stay silent. Instead, let it be the motivation you need to create a better version of yourself. If someone rejects your romantic advances, it always stems from a reason. Maybe the timing isn't right. Perhaps you're not compatible, or maybe you haven't fully prepared yourself yet. Who knows? In the future, when you're truly content and loving yourself, you might meet someone who truly deserves your affection, someone who cherishes all the beautiful parts and even the ugly fears deep inside you. We also need to understand that a partner isn't everything, and certainly not the ultimate goal of life. Our ultimate goal in life is happiness itself. If you focus too much on the outcome, it's hard to find true happiness. A lasting relationship needs a balanced effort from both sides, with contributions from each person. At the very least, send out signals so the other person can recognize your feelings. Confessing your feelings isn't a demand for a relationship, is it? It's simply a way to express your genuine emotions, that's all. So how are you feeling now? Go do something about it so you don't look back later with regrets and what ifs. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might need to hear this today. And let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Thanks for watching Mind Window, and we'll see you next time.